Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, the Delaware, we're in Delaware, right? There was just a sense of like Delaware County in New York, or you're going to be near the Delaware River, or like Delaware, Pennsylvania, like where are you going to be, right? And I was like, no, Delaware, the state, there's a state named Delaware. And I remember them all kind of saying, what are you going to do for fun? Like, what, you know, you're coming from Chicago and you've had all these big city experiences, what are you going to do for fun? And I was sort of like, well, that might be a good point. You know, I had a pretty fun area I was living in, Bucktown in Chicago, pretty fun area. And then I've got to tell you, and only God can do this, right? As I began to explore this city, as I began to meet the people and see the places, I really started falling in love with this place. And it's funny because I would tell people this. I would tell people at a coffee shop, you know, I'm really starting to fall in love with this place. And they were like, here? And then I said, well, you must be new. And they're like, no, I've lived here all my life, right? I'm trying to get out. Or it was people that had transferred from another state and they're like, listen, I'm here for 6 months training and then I'm out. And they were always looking to leave. And I, for some reason, had this love for this place. I sometimes look at our culture and I wonder about what's sort of behind either our pining for that romantic farm and hillside and lonely place in the forest. Lonely not necessarily in a bad way, but the solitude, the quiet. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with seeking quiet and solitude. But I will push back on the idea that we have to exclusively do that outside of community and without people. I remember somebody who worked in the field of social work, they really helped a ton of people, and they said, you know, I love my job except for the people. And it was sort of like, well, that's pretty key to what you do on a daily basis, so that's interesting how you work that out. You work with colleagues